first steps first. We're gonna get this thing lined up right here on our lift. These are called go jacks right here. What that's gonna do is give us the amount of distance. If you see this over here, our lift is not picking up this Bugatti on the floor. So we're gonna put these go jacks under the wheels, pop the car up, we're gonna get it centered. So we're gonna get this on the lift, we'll be right back. So, we've got the thing locked on the lift. We've got this here really sturdy. You're not gonna move this. This isn't gonna fall down. Everything's open. We're gonna inspect the car, see if we find any other leaks besides the one we already know about, and maybe even change the oil over down here. Bugatti oil change video, do it yourself. That might be a good one. Okay, Jesse, so next step.
Next step, we're gonna take the wheels off both sides. We'll see if the inner fender liner comes apart, which it does look like it does come apart. So we're gonna take the inner fender liners apart.
Well, don't we have to take off the rear bumper and the top to get the cover off?
Yeah, but it'll expose all the bolts, so we know exactly what we need to take apart and where the bolts located. And maybe we might not have to take some things off, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, I heard this was 27 hours of work, so what do you think? 27 hours? 27
divided by 2 is probably what we do here, you know?
Oh, okay.
We do a little bit faster than a normal guy. But it is a good guy.
You heard that, guys. We do it twice as fast. I'm gonna bet that we do it 3 times as fast. First wheel's coming off. Okay, so Jesse, we are taking out the carbon fiber panels in here. Why?
Because it's the only way we can get access to the bolts that's holding the rear clam together.
All right, so in order for us to get to the bolts to take this fender off, this bumper off, and again on the other side, okay, we've got to take all of this stuff out so we can get access to the main pieces to take apart. So, wheels are off. Look at those brakes. These are the rear brakes. These are bigger than front brakes on like almost every car I've ever seen. Epic. Another update here. We had to lower the car back down because in order for us to get, let's see, let me try to see if I can show you this. This back panel off here, which is the center one, let me stand up on this and show you guys. That huge piece, we had to lift up the wing. So now Jesse has got to take a couple of things out right here. We're gonna take this grill out, that piece right there, okay? So we can start to see in this little area and get some of this stuff out of here. So we're having trouble getting to the other bolt in here without having to lean on the wing right here. So it's coming off. It's coming off. All right, so we took out 3 bolts right here. We have 1, 2, 3 in that area. We've got a little bit, you can see it play here, but we got some tension on the gas cap. So this is the fuel cap. So the fuel cap's gonna come off, and we're gonna get that out right now. There's quite a bit of bolts on that thing, man, so hopefully it comes off clean. Alright, all the bolts are loose. We're going down in our tray. Look at this, guys. Look at how many bolts we've already taken out so far. That's what makes the Bugatti Veyron so special, is it's so sturdy because it literally is probably held together by almost 10,000 bolts. I mean, I could definitely see at least that many here. So we're pulling off the gas cap now. Okay, huge update here. More bolts we found to take apart this car. So I've got Ty. Yep. All the way back in there. So look, man, this is a hard angle. He is in the Bugatti. engine bay. Grab this. Okay, we got 2 more. Let's try to. I have the light, just to double check here. Thank you. Hold this. Had to double check Ty's work because he missed 2 huge bolts.
Alright, as you guys can see, we're getting a little bit further. Progress is being made. Rear clam is starting to come loose, but I feel like the spoiler right here is in the way of pulling the rear clam up. Obviously, there's a little more tension somewhere else, so there's more bolts we gotta find, but this is gonna help us a lot. It took me a while to get to these nuts here because if you wanna look over here, it was spinning the whole time trying to take this nut out. And as you can tell, I can barely get my fingers back there, but I finally broke it loose on both sides, so I'm gonna take it apart here. Alright, so on this side, let me grab the one over here. Got them out. You don't want to lose these bad boys. So hopefully, what it looks like, those 2 bolts here were holding it in place. This is just giving the slider. So if I can remove these 2 bolts here, I should be able to slide the spoiler out. Found out that you just gotta knock these little guys in. Together. Okay, I got those knocked in. And if it comes out, plays the way I think it's gonna play, I should be able to remove this spoiler right here. But it's being a little difficult right now. There you go. One side's loose. Got the other side. Alright, here we go. Slide it right out. Voila, spoiler's out. Lose this. Now that's out of the way, you can kind of move it more, okay? So as you can tell, there's still tension over there somewhere, but I'll keep you posted.
Just gotta probably pull it down, like over here. So it comes up. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Careful. Just be careful with the spoiler. Here, hold on. I'm on the wing. Straighten it out. Okay. Jesus. And the cover's off. So originally, okay, so let's talk about something over here, guys. I mean, geez. So our coolant expansion tank is here. We've got another coolant tank here. Now, Jesse, did you check this one already?
I'm not checking yet.
Okay, so we're gonna check all the fluid levels. That's our hydraulic fluid there. That's for the wing that's leaking. Okay, so we're gonna go through all of these things. We're gonna clean everything up, get it really nice and shiny, and change the oil. So we'll be right back. All right, so while Jesse is over there putting a couple things back together on that side, I'm gonna do the air filter. So I've done that one already on the passenger side, and I'm gonna do this one over here. So I've got all the bolts out. It's pretty simple. There's just about 15 Phillips screwdriver bolts here, and this thing just kind of lifts up a little bit, so you can just get this out and slide it in. So you can see, not the cleanest air filter, and it's kind of already like damaged, right, from being in there. So if you look at that one over there, you'll see, and after I put this one in, the difference, right? So all the fins, let me grab this again, everything's all lined up, and we can see that we're all ready to go. So let's slide this back in here. Actually, let me inspect this. It's ridiculous. Can I have some cutters?
Here you go.
Got some Mansory zip ties in here. No matter how cool you are, they still zip ties.
They just lost brownie points.
More than brownie points. All right, we're gonna start threading these back in, and the air filter swap will be complete after everything's taken apart. Some of this stuff is just plain and simple, super easy, but getting everything out to get to this point, that's a couple-day process. So I will have to admit that after we've done this once, this is gonna be an easy, regular thing. So if anybody out there needs a Bugatti oil change, I can get it done.
Half price what your dealer says.
Yeah, probably even more than half price, because they're crazy. But just don't tell them that I did it, so, because I avoid your warranty. Oh, we're just about ready to change the oil, but first we have to drain it, obviously. So we've got quite a few drain plugs throughout here. Now, Jesse, on an average car like a Chevy Camaro, how many drain plugs are there?
Probably 1 or 2.
1, maybe 2 now in the modern day Camaro engines, right? Or any engine. Bugattis, I can see almost 9. Now on a Lamborghini Huracan,
There's 8.
there's 8. So, German technology, they've got these things with the dry sump systems. All of these plugs have pockets of oil that have to be drained because the lubrication in this motor is much, much greater than the lubrication in a modern day American motor, or even an Italian motor, right? Because Ferraris have about, what, 5 or 6?
Ferraris are 3.
3, wow, I thought it was more than that. So 3 drain plugs in a Ferrari compared to 8 drain plugs in a Lamborghini, and we haven't even counted yet. So far, I see more than 8 here. So we're gonna drain the first one now. This one. I can't. That's like
Hot?
it's pretty hot.
I can't.
And Jesse's about to get scolded alive. Now, 60 weight oil is not going to drain fast. So that's why we heated up the car. We're going to drain all this out. We're going to have to drain this one for about 30 minutes. The next one, next one, next one, next one. So it's going to be a while. So we're going to get all the oil out of the car. I'll be right back. So all trial and error with the Bugatti. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 drain plugs.
W16.
So W16, there you go. But look at this one. This is the money one. All the way in the back right, well, my right corner. And we're filling this thing up fast. So if anybody knows how many quarts this thing has, it's almost full. So we're about to do a quick little swap on it. By the way, that is not a drain plug.
It is a drain plug.
For oil, okay? We're gonna have to refill some fluid here in a second because we might have emptied out a little bit too much of something else. But easy fix because it's just right there, so no problem. But look at this, full flow over here. This is where our money is at. So, oil is all drained, completely full. Old filter, new filter. Put that one in.
Let's get a comparison.
One's clean, one's dirty. And I'm gonna go ahead and probably dump that in there. Why don't you dump the cap in there too, Jesse? Might be a little residuals. There we go.
Okay. Let me get this out real quick.
You gotta get the O-ring off too, because you've got to switch the O-ring every time you do a oil change around the cap. They're one-time use. Pop that on. Little oil for lubrication so it doesn't go on and crack.
Or tear.
This isn't your first rodeo.
No. Probably like my
Million.
1,000th oil change on an exotic car.
You all the way down there? Nope.
So even.
Are you sure? Doesn't go down the next road?
Oh, this is the.
Okay. Go ahead and smash it on. Click.
Who's doing the honors?
Well, Jesse has to do the honors because he has to write his name on it. Because if something goes wrong, I get to blame somebody. But if I write my name on
Jesse, come on. This is what we've been waiting for. All right, go.
The one the filter itself.
New filter equals completion.
Just so you guys know, this is not the oil we use in our cars here. It's our employees' oil.
So no to Castrol GTX.
I wouldn't say no, but it's what I wouldn't run on these cars. Mobile One you can use, but we use Redline, so far Redline oil has been a lot better to us. So these are just old containers that I keep so I can just measure all the oil that comes out when I do oil changes. So,
Bucket one.
first 5 quarts of oil. All right, so we got the oil drained out, measured right now. I estimated anywhere from 16 to 18 quarts of oil. Hopefully we thought we were gonna get 18, but we got 16, which is perfectly fine. We got 85, I would say about 85% of the oil that came out of the engine. If we let it sit a little bit longer, we probably get another quart and a half or so, which we probably are gonna do that because we gotta go run to the Audi dealer anyways to get some more crush seals. So we got to take a little other things apart real quick, so I decided to measure everything out, and right about 16 quarts of oil came out of that engine right there. So we'll let it drain for another hour or so, and we'll see what else we can get.
Just got back from Lambo. All the crush seals have been replaced. All the oil was added. We took out 16.5 quarts, added back 16.5 quarts. We've got the car running outside for about 10-15 minutes. Now we got this thing back over here. We've checked the oil. Jesse, if you want to show them, go ahead and do it.
All you gotta do is put this dipstick in here. Never done this before on a car like this. Wait, go ahead and check it, put it out. And we don't wanna get the car dirty, but if you look here, it's right on the max line right there.
And that's where we want it, because a quad turbocharged engine is gonna burn oil fairly quick, right? And I actually almost wanna put it a little higher, but I'm gonna let it sit at the max line for now. I'm gonna drive it around today. We're gonna take it out and drop this thing off somewhere special down the street. So I'm gonna take it over there, and when we get there, that's about a 10-15 minute drive. So when we get there, I'm gonna check the oil one more time, take this quart with us just in case I need to add a little bit more, and this funnel. And that's gonna complete the Bugatti oil change. So overall, at a 1 to 10, how hard was that? Hold on. Let's repeat that. Overall, on a 1 to 10, how hard did you think it was gonna be before we started?
That was gonna be like a 20.
Yeah, me too, actually. And it was a 20 for about the first hour and a half. And then once we took this back panel off, turned into what, 6?
Probably 6, yeah. Once you brought everything down, everything's exposed, and you start to see everything, where all the lines at, you see where all the oil comes from. Start dropping bolts. 20 bolts later.
Yeah. So we've put it all back together. Only 3 extra bolts, not too bad, you know?
Yeah.
Just kidding. We got them all, we found them all. We added the transmission fluid, we double checked all the coolant. Everything's gonna be running good. So I'm gonna do it readaptation for the spoiler, and then we're gonna head out and drop this car off. So we're going for a drive right now.